Hello everyone and welcome to this third edition episode of e-commerce news. I hope you like it. Please like it. Please subscribe to the channel. Let me know your comments in the comments below so I know if I'm continuing this or not. So let's go straight into our 5 news of the day. So our first news come from TechCrunch, and the title goes as follow. Alibaba taps Kabbage to loan up to 150K to small, medium businesses after it quietly acquires OpenSky to ramp in North America. So the big thing here is that Alibaba partnered up with a company called Kabbage, and Kabbage is a lending company to small and medium businesses. The partnership is for Alibaba and Kabbage to provide up to 150,000 in financing to companies when they purchase on Alibaba.com. Also, Alibaba acquired a startup which is called OpenSky in 2018 to take care of its business-to-business department. You may wonder why this is important and why are they doing this. It's in order to become a bigger player in the United States and compete with Amazon. What was interesting to find out while reading the article for me was that they tried multiple times to acquire different companies or to be more aggressive when coming into the States, but it didn't work out. Like an example, they tried to acquire MoneyGram for $1.2 billion, but the US government stopped it because they consider it was a national security issue. So interesting article if you want to know a little bit more about Alibaba and how they doing, what they planning on getting into United States. Our second news of the day comes from CNBC, and we are continuing with our Alibaba trend here. So the title goes as follow: Alibaba dips after the company's president warns China has slowed down. So what we find out from this article is that the Alibaba shares dipped following a report from the Wall Street Journal, who they were citing the president of Alibaba, Michael Evans' concern. And his concern basically is that China has slowed down its economy, its maybe its purchasing, everything that they had before. But it's really not surprising, and it makes sense because eventually any economy, being China, being United States, they cannot go 7-8% year after year and never see some like a stabilization or starting to go down a little bit. 7-8% is it's huge. We can say that maybe it's natural causes, but also I think, and the author of the article also thinks, that the tensions between US and China has also an effect on slowing down the economy in China. Also, don't forget, Alibaba is not the first one to say this or to have some sort of difficulties. Apple said a few weeks ago, quote unquote, a rare revenue shortfall in China. So maybe there's something going on in China, maybe it's natural, maybe it has to do with the trade tension, all of that, but Alibaba is not the only one who experiences this in China. Third news of the day come from TechCrunch, and the title goes as follow: Blue Apron, it's confident it will achieve profitability this quarter. So I was surprised, and maybe you are also surprised to learn that Blue Apron is not profitable yet. So this was something new for me because I thought their business is working, but it's not profitable yet. A few months ago, they laid off 4% of their staff in order to achieve profitability. In my opinion, this is good news for smaller players. Maybe you're doing this model, maybe you are delivering food, packages, all of that to your customers. So good news for you is that it's not because you're a big player like Blue Apron that everything works well for you. At one point you will have to bring in profit. Maybe for you, if you're a small business, if it's all your main business, you cannot afford to not have a profit. But I'm just saying, don't be scared of the big players out there, assuming that it's working really well for them, because that's not necessarily the case. Good news for Blue Apron is that they recently made a deal with Weight Watchers. It's an exclusive deal to deliver and prepare their meal kits to their customers. Some numbers here to just get an idea of how much they're not profitable. So third quarter of 2018, they had a loss of almost $34 million. It's huge, but it's a lot less than the year before in 2017, when they had a loss of $87 million. Fourth news of the day come from Business Insider, and it's titled as follows: Computer vision could help Walmart offer cashierless shopping experience. The vice president and CTO of Walmart were excited at the National Retail Federation show about the potential of computer vision. You may ask, what's computer vision? So basically, computer vision is tracking a consumer inside the store and the products. This kind of tracking at all time. Why doing this is to eliminate the need for a physical checkout. So no more lines, no more cashier. You can do the checkout yourself. This is similar to the Amazon Go store, or also similar to the Caper smart cart we spoke about last week. They also tried something called Scan and Go app. Walmart tried this last year, but they canceled it because it wasn't working as planned. The difference with this, instead of having an app, it's less mistakes from the consumer. You don't need to do the work. You don't need to scan. You don't need to learn a new technology. The idea will be as simple as taking a product, putting it into your cart, and after that, you're ready to check out yourself. The biggest obstacle right now for Walmart and this technology is scalability. The big issue is because you need to watch the consumer and the product. You need to track them at all time around all the store. And as you know, Walmart stores are huge. So it's a big task for them to achieve this. That's why, if you notice, the cashierless stores are normally much smaller. And our final news of the day, it's actually an article, it's not a news, but it comes from Practical E-commerce, and the title goes as follows: E-commerce briefs, holiday sales, retail change, and 2019 prediction. I learned on it that Adobe Analytics, they released a report for the holiday sales that it increased 16.5% compared to 2017. That's really good. That's a high number. That's really nice for everyone, almost everyone. What some numbers that I learned is smartphones, they accounted for 50% of the traffic, which we're not surprised because we know now smartphones are used more than desktop. But surprisingly, the sales and the revenue that came from smartphones were only 31%. Other numbers to give you is that desktops converts 4.7%, tablets converts 4.5%, and smartphones only converted 2.3% of the traffic and sales generated from that. I invite you to read the article because there's a lot of numbers, there's a lot of information on it that it's interesting to read and learn a little bit more about it. Don't forget the links are in the description of this video. Also, Black Friday and Cyber Monday, the 5 days of sales for those two events, that had a huge increase of 23% compared to 2017. So that's great. But some retail chain stores, it wasn't so great for them. I'm gonna read you just 2 examples. There's more in the article if you're interested on that. So Macy's disclosed that the sales were lower than expected for the holiday season for them. Also, Kohl's had a good 2018 year, but they stalled during the holiday season. Meaning their sales growth was only 1.2% during the last 2 months compared to 2017. As I said, you can read the article to have a little bit more examples and details on this. I also learned that there's in Manhattan, and more specifically on Fifth Avenue, some big stores, big names are not renewing their lease, so they will move from that location. I think the article says that also that they are starting to not see the value anymore of paying such a high cost for location. This is it for today. Hope you like this. If you do, please like the video. Please subscribe to my channel. Ask me anything in the comments below of this video. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, comments for me, anything you want to know about me, the business, or e-commerce, please do that. And I will see you next week. Thank you.